Practical wisdom, or phronesis, is an intellectual virtue. It's a particular type of wisdom. So in book 6 of his Ethics, Aristotle says there's 3 types of wisdom. The first is theoretical wisdom. It's a way of knowing. It's knowing aimed at understanding scientific principles, foundations. Practical wisdom is that way of knowing aimed at taking action. But not just taking any action willy-nilly. Remember, these are types of wisdom. There's an implicit good for the human person. So it's action that is the right action at the right time for the right reason. And that implies deliberation, planning, reflection, seeking counsel. But it is action oriented. And just to give the full context, the third type of wisdom is productive wisdom, or art, that's aimed at creating, doing, making, performing. We need, as human beings, all 3 types. Practical wisdom is really important in the professions and in ordinary life, because in day-to-day life, and certainly in a school as a parent, we have to adjudicate competing goods. In school, in disciplinary issues, we adjudicate justice and mercy. We're also making what is the right thing for a child in the 4th grade who is afraid of math and keeps forgetting his homework, versus a sophomore in high school who's cutting class. How we adjudicate, how we're responsive to the contextual needs matters. But I'll going back to your definition, intellectual virtue, but that's deceiving. Because practical wisdom really aligns the head and the heart, so we can execute with know-how and motivation. So it's intelligent, it's practical, it's action-oriented. And Aristotle adds, we acquire it through through teaching and experience. So it's that virtue that's developed in apprenticeship, in context. My short definition of practical wisdom that my colleagues and I use and socialize, it's knowing what to do when you don't know what to do. You know how to activate that, all of it, that quick deliberation. You're like bringing together experience and knowledge, but your aim is always noble. You're aiming at bringing out the best in yourself, in others, and in the organization you serve if you're in a leadership position.